Namaskaram, welcome back to my mythology channel. I'm sorry for the break I took. So today I'm going to be resuming Vishnu's Dashavataram and I'm going to resume Rama Avatar. So today I'm going to start Rama Avatar Kishkinda Khan. So the glorious Rama, the son of Dasharatha, was roaming in the forest in search of Sugriva, the vanara. While they were wandering, a pair of eyes watched them. It was Sugriva. He got frightened. He thought they were sent by Vali, and he and his Vanaras ran away. One of Sugriva's ministers, Hanuman, told him that we must not run. I'll find out who they are. If they are related to Vali, I'll tell you, you can go and run. So Hanuman, son of Vayu, disguised himself as a Brahmana and went to Rama and Lakshmana. He inquired about who they were and why they were here. Rama told everything that had happened from his exile to the abduction of Sita, and he told he needed to seek Sugriva. Hanuman was overjoyed. He knew that Sugriva will get his kingdom back now for sure. He told, I am Hanuman, son of Vayu, and I am a friend of Sugriva's. You can come with me, I will take you to him. Rama told Lakshmana that this Hanuman looks very learned. Let's follow him. Hanuman resumed his true form and carried Rama and Lakshmana to Sugriva. There, Sugriva and Rama embraced each other after sharing their stories with each other. They swore to help each other and they vowed this before the sacred fire. Sugriva told about his plight to Rama. Oh Rama, I was exiled by my brother unjustly. Please help me kill him. Rama told, I will surely help you kill Vali with my blazing arrows. At that time, Sita, Ravana, and Vali's left eye twitched. Left eye twitching was considered good luck for women and bad luck for men. Then Sugriva went into the cave and brought out the jewels which Sita had robbed. Rama recognized them at once and told, Oh Sita! Lakshmana told, I don't recognize the bangles and other ornaments, but I recognize those anklets because I used to wash her feet every day. So then, Rama asked Sugriva to tell him his story. Sugriva told, My elder brother Vali was a ruler of Kishkinda. He was a just ruler and I always loved him. One day, a demon called Mayavi, who was the brother of Dundubi, a Rakshasa with Vali had killed, came and challenged Vali to a fight. Vali obliged. He immediately ran after Mayavi, and Mayavi ran in fright. I also followed Vali. Mayavi hid in a cave, and Vali told that he will go inside and kill him while I wait outside. I agreed, and he went in. I stayed there for a long time. At last, I saw blood coming out. I thought that my brother had been killed, and I knew that I should block the escape of Mayavi. So I covered it with a boulder, the entrance to the cave. And then I returned to Kishkinda without worry. Nobody knew what had actually happened. But soon my ministers found out and they comforted me. They immediately decided to crown me king. I was a just ruler. But then one day, Wali came back and he told, I was in this cave and my treacherous brother Sugriva trapped me there by putting a boulder in the entrance. I had just killed the Asura Mayavi and was coming out. It was tough because of all the blood. But then this huge boulder was there. I called out to Sugriva a lot, but he didn't answer. Then I somehow managed to move that rock and come back here. That is how my treacherous brother Sugriva tried to become king by trying to kill me. Wali immediately arrested all my ministers and he took away my wife and all my possessions. All I had was this piece of cloth. I ran away with my ministers. Rama promised him once again that I will surely kill Vali. Then Sugriva told, you don't know his power. There once was a Rakshasa called Dundubi. He challenged the sea for a battle. But the sea told, no, I do not want to fight you. Go to Himavan, father-in-law of Shiva. So Dundubi pestered Himavan. But Himavan told, don't pester me, Dundubi. Go and fight Vali, son of Indra. So Dundubi came to the gates of Kishkinda and he challenged Vali. Come and fight me, Vali. Vali immediately ran out. He hid all his wives and his children and me. Soon, after a long fight, Vali won. He threw Dundubi into an ashram in Rishyamukha hill of sage Matanga. But blood spattered and it fell on sage Matanga, who was doing penance. He was very angry with Vali. He cursed him. The moment you step foot in this ashram again, you will die that instant. And hence, Vali has always never come to this area. That's why I live here, in protection from Vali. Oh, gallant prince, are you sure you can defeat Vali? If you can, prove it to me. Throw the skeleton of Dundubi a long distance. Then Rama, with just one finger, he kicked the skeleton and it flew a, 100 yojanas. But Sugriva told, I do not want to belittle you, O prince, but Vali also threw that, and it was much heavier then. Can you cut all those trees with one arrow as Vali used to do? Rama took out his bow and he shot an arrow. With one shot, he cut all the trees into two, and the arrow went into Patala and back to Rama's quiver. Sugriva was satisfied. He told Rama, he bowed on the feet of Rama. He told, O Lord, you are capable of defeating even Indra and other gods, let alone Vali. Then Rama reassured him and told him to go and challenge Vali to a fight. Vali immediately came out. There was a fierce fight, but Rama was not able to recognize who was who because they were both twins and looked very identical. So Rama could not shoot. At last, Sugriva could no longer withstand Vali and he had to run away. And Sugriva told Rama, Oh Rama, if you had told me you were not going to keep the promise, I wouldn't have done all this. Rama told him, Oh Sugriva, I couldn't recognize who was Vali and who was you. You both look so alike. Now Lakshmana, fasten that Gajapushpi creeper on Sugriva. This time I'll be able to recognize him. And Sugriva went to challenge Vali again. He rode in front of Kishkinda. Vali was like, that fellow again! He was going to rush out to battle. But then his wife Tara stopped him. He told, I've heard from Prince Angada and his spies that two princes of Ayodhya, Rama and Lakshmana, are here. They are surely going to kill you. Please don't go outside and challenge Sugriva. Vali told her, Rama would never fight me. He's a true Kshatriya and will always abide by his dharma. And soon, Vali and Sugriva were in a fight again. This time, Rama could recognize who was who. At last, he shot an arrow at Vali. And as Vali lay dying on the ground, he told Rama, Oh Rama, I never believed you would do this. I am a vanara who lives on fruits and lives in the forest. How could you, a Kshatriya, kill me? What you did was not right. Now I recognize this. You are a mask. Behind it, your virtue and all that stuff is a mask. Behind that, you are cruel. You are not worthy of the great Dasharatha. Then Rama told him, Oh Vali, you say this, but because you are ignorant of Rajadharma. We are a part of Bharata's kingdom, and we are here to establish his rule. So, what you did to your brother was not right, and it is my dharma to kill you for your actions. I have to punish you. I am sorry about this. I must abide by my dharma. Vali told, Okay, Rama, forgive me. I should not have said these harsh words to you. And then Rama blessed him. When Tara and Angada heard about the news, they rushed out to meet Vali. And Tara was like, Oh, you love the ground more than me. That is why you cling to her and ignore me. Oh, glorious Vali, please speak to me. Please, you should not have tried to banish Sugriva. I told you not to. Look at Angada, your poor son. He has to live without you. At least smell his head. Smelling a vanara's head was a good belief, was a kind of a blessing to him. Hanuman told Tara, Don't grieve for Vali. His allotted lifespan was over, and he has time to depart to heaven right now. So do not grieve over him. Vali spoke, Oh Angada, please listen to whatever Sugriva says. May it be harsh or not, but you should always obey him. And O Sugriva, take this golden chain. The goddess of victory resides in it. May you wear this always. Be a just ruler of Kishkinda. Saying that, Vali gave up his life. Sugriva was overcome by tears. He told Rama, I should never have wanted his death. When I was injured, he was the one who comforted me, saying that I will be better. Oh, because of my cruelty and my greed for the kingdom, I have killed my own brother. And Tara told, Oh Rama, lotus-eyed one, please let me go to heaven with Vali. As you miss Sita, Vali will also miss me. So I will also die with him. Then Rama told them, enlightened them, and soon they gave up their thoughts and they were happy. Tara, one of Vali's generals, brought a palanquin from the cave. Vali's death was very pompous. The whole of Kishkinda was crying. And soon Angada performed the last rites for his father. And then Sugriva, Tara, and Angada offered waters to Vali. Then Rama and Lakshmana retired to a cave. They told, We will stay the 4 months of monsoon season here. But when the month of Kartika sets in, you must remember your promise and start looking for Sita. Saying that, Rama and Lakshmana went into the cave. Meanwhile, Sugriva was crowned the king of Kishkinda. The ceremony was delightful, and in the presence of everyone, he appointed Angada as the Yuvaraja. And Sugriva lived happily with his wife, Ruma. He was like, it felt for him like he was Indra. Meanwhile, Rama's thoughts constantly kept straying to Sita. He missed her even more. Lakshmana comforted him, saying that do not grieve. Sugriva will surely achieve this mission, and he will find Sita. I am sure of it. And soon the monsoon passed. One night, Hanuman, the knower of truth, looked into the sky and saw it clear. He went and told Sugriva about this immediately. Hanuman told him, You have won this kingdom by the grace of Rama. Now fulfill your promise. Sugriva immediately realized that Hanuman was saying the truth, and he ordered Angada to tell all the commanders to come here within 15 days. Whoever doesn't come within 15 days will be put to death. One day, Rama thought that Sugriva would not keep his promise and told Lakshmana, Probably this Sugriva does not fear me. With this bow, I can destroy the entire Kishkinda. He must keep his promise. Lakshmana was very angry. He told, I will immediately go to that Sugriva and I will burn Kishkinda to ashes. And Rama told him, no, 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 Lakshmana, don't do this. Please, don't give in to anger. Sugriva is our friend, remember? He should be treated kindly. When the Vanaras saw Lakshmana approaching in his anger, they tried to wake Sugriva up. But Sugriva was not listening. Then Lakshmana told Angada, tell your uncle Sugriva that Lakshmana, the brother of Rama, is here. He is a Vanara and he is not keeping his word to Rama. With his grace, only Sugriva has got this kingdom. He must help Rama this instant, or I will destroy Kishkinda. Angada immediately went to Sugriva and tried to wake him, but Sugriva just would not wake up. The Vanaras raised a huge cry, Killa! 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 Last Sugriva woke up. He immediately got dressed. Lakshmana entered the cave and twanged his bow. The sound filled Kishkinda with fright. And Sugriva was also frightened. He told Tara to tell Lakshmana to comfort him and tell him that uh, to make him calm. Tara went immediately to Lakshmana and told, please do not blame Sugriva. Even though he is a Vanara, he has kept his word. And when Lakshmana entered the cave, his anger flared up once more when he saw Sugriva sitting with all the riches. He told, oh Vanara, why don't you listen? Why do you not help Rama after he helped you? I will not tolerate this. Then Sugriva immediately bowed to Lakshmana. He told, I can never repay that divine hero. He himself is capable of defeating Ravana alone. But since he has helped me, I will definitely help him. Lakshmana was easily calmed down. He told, you are indeed a worthy friend of Rama. Then Sugriva told, he ordered all the Vanaras in the world to come to Kishkinda that instant. If they don't, they'll be put to death. And Hanuman sent many Vanaras to all the directions and told all the Vanara generals to come. Vanara generals met at a sacred place. Then Sugriva and Lakshmana went on chariots to Rama. Sugriva embraced Rama and Rama told, you are indeed a dear friend. You have kept your promise. I thank you. Then soon all the Vanara generals arrived. The Vanara generals were led by the glorious Shatabali, Sushena, Tara, Kesar, Gavaksha, Nila, Avaya, Darimukha, Mahinda, Dvivida, Antamadana, Angada, Hanuman, and others. There were armies of bears as well, led by Dhumra and Jambavan. Sugriva told all the Vanaras, Rama, son of Dasharatha, is searching for Sita. We Vanaras must keep our depth and help him. And Sugriva ordered many Vanara troops to each quarter. He first spoke to Vinata, the leader of a large group. Explored the eastern quarter, crossing the Bhagirathi, the Saraswati, and Sindhu, the territories of Kashi, Koshala, and Magadha, as also the land of silkworms and the region of silver mines. Look for Sita, the beloved consort of Rama. Go to the summit of Mount Mandara, as well as to the abodes of those whose ears are long enough to cover their bodies. Go to the bodies, go to the bodies of the golden-hued Kiratas, who are half human and half tiger. Then go to Mount Shishira. You should also go to Yadujvipa, Java, and beyond that Mount Shishira, which is inhabited by gods and Rakshasas. Search for Sita in Iksu Samudra, where dwell Rakshasas to catch birds and other beings that fly by seizing their shadows. Then, east of that is a roaring black ocean full of serpents, and then a fearful sea named Lohita. On its shore is the giant Kutasamari tree. Here you will also see the jewel-studded palace of Vinata's son, Garuda, constructed by the architect of the gods, Vishwakarma. Beyond that is the thousand Mount Jatirupashila. In front of it you will see the thousand-headed serpent, Ananta, who holds up the earth on his head. Over there you will see a golden tree with three bows, considered by the gods as the flag that marks the end of the eastern quarter. Then you will come to a vast ocean with a huge submarine fire called Hayamuka that emerges out of a heart-shaped cavity. It consumes anything that comes near it. Further east is Mount Udaya, reaching up to the heavens. On it stands another golden peak called Saumanasa. It was on this peak that Lord Vishnu placed his first stride in the process of covering all the three worlds. This story is there in Vamanavatar. The second he placed on Mount Meru in heaven. The sun ascends Mount Udaya and is visible to all of Jambudvipa. In front of this peak is a lake named Sudarshana, where the light shines on the peak. All living beings are granted vision. O Vanaras, score Indra's beloved east and return within a month. May you find Rama's beloved Sita, for if you don't, you will be put to death. Then Sugriva sent the excellent army headed by Angada to the south. These swift and valiant heroes included Nila, Hanuman, and Jambavan. Searched the Vindhya mountains and also the river Narmada, infested with huge serpents, and the river Godavari, Krishnaveni, and Varada. Beyond this is Pushpitaka, its base submerged in the ocean, with its peaks touching the skies. It has a golden peak on which the sun rests, and another silver one on which the moon does repose. Saluting the mountain with your eyes bent low, move on till you come to the mountains, Vaidyuta and Kunjara. Visit the majestic Ayomukha mountain, with slopes clothed in forests of sandalwood and where celestial nymphs sport in the waters of the river Kaveri. In front of this glorious mountain sits the sage Agastya, radiant as the sun. With his permission, you will cross the crocodile infested Tamraparni river. Going on, you will see the golden gates of the city of the Pandyas, and then you will reach the sea. Between the city and the sea is the mighty mountain Mahendra, set up by Agastya, made of gold and crowned with many peaks. It enters deep into the ocean on one side. Devas, Yakshas, Rishis, and Charanas live here. On the other side of the ocean is a forested island which cannot be reached by any mortal. This island is no doubt the abode of Rakshasa Ravana. Score it from all sides. In the middle of that ocean lives an ogress, Angaraka, who seizes the shadow of those flying in the air. On Kunjara is the dwelling of sage Agastya, constructed by the divine architect Vishwakarma, and on the very same mountain stands the city of Bhogavati, home of serpents, where the most dreadful king of serpents, Vasuki, lives. Your search will then take you to Mount Rishabha, shaped like a bull and full of jewels. At the end of the earth is the abode of those who have performed good deeds and have bodies shining like the sun. The area beyond that should not be visited by you. This is the capital of Yama where earthly beings cannot enter. Return within a month. Whoever brings news of Sita will receive great rewards and will be dearer than life to me. Otherwise, be prepared to die. Then Sugriva sent an army of 2 lakh Vanaras to the western quarter. They were led by the powerful Sushena, the father of Tara, and Arjusman, son of the Rishi Marichi. Search for Sita, the princess of Videha, in the regions of Saurashatra, Chandrachitra, Balika, and the territory of Kuksi. Search the streams that flow towards the west, the mountains, and also the deserts. Where the river Sindhu meets the sea, there is a large mountain called Somagiri. On this mountain dwell winged lions that carry elephants, crocodiles, and whales to their nests. The whole mountain must be searched by the monkeys. In the sea, you will see the Pariyatra mountain, guarded by 24 crore Gandharvas, shining brightly, appearing from all sides. They should not be offended, nor should any fruit be plucked. The Gandharvas are dangerous and guard the fruits and roots there. Beyond Pariyatra comes the mountain Vajra, looking like a cat's eye gem. Search the caves on this mountain. Further on, spread over a quarter of the sea, is the mountain Chakravan. Here, Lord Vishnu took away the thousand spoke discus from the Hayagriva and the conch from the Ashura Panchajana. Look for Janaki in all these places. In the fathomless sea on the mountain Maraha is the sea of Pragyotishapura, where dwells the wicked demon Naraka. Search for Ravana and Sita here. Passing by, you will reach Mount Mega, and then a range of 60,000 golden hills. In their midst stands Mount Meru, the king of all mountains and abode of Lord Varuna. On the mountain dwells the sage Meru Suvarni, who shines brightly with his own asceticism. Bow with your head to the ground and inquire about Sita. Beyond this, the sun retires into the western mountain, and only thus far can you go. We have no knowledge of the region beyond. Get news about Sita and return within a month. If you delay, you will be killed. Obey the commands of the valiant Sushena, my father-in-law. Then Sugriva sent the valiant Shatabali and his army of 1 lakh Vanaras, as well as the sons of Yama, who were Shatabali's counselors, to the northern quarter. Search the land of the Mlechas, the Pulindas, and the lands of the Kurus. Go to the towns of the Yavanas and Sakas, and the land of the Daradas. Search the Himalayas, go to Sage Soma's ashram, and from there to the huge Kala mountain, where the gold mines lie. Beyond that is the mountain Sudarshana, and after that the Mount Devasaka. Devasaka is the refuge of birds, where all types of trees grow. Look for Sita and Ravana in the forests, near the waterfalls and in the caves. Then quickly cross the barren land beyond devoid of all life and reach the white Kailasha mountain. Here stands the palace of Kubera, the lord of wealth, like a white cloud with gold decorations. It also has a pond filled with lotus and lilies and crowded with swans. Next, you will reach the Krauncha mountain, where you must search in the caves before going to the barren but wish fulfilling peak, Manasa. Beyond Krauncha is Mount Mainaka, the abode of Mayasura. Passing beyond, you will come to an ashram where Vaikanasa and Valakilya, tiny sages, live. Ask them about Sita. Beyond this flows the Sailoda River, on the banks of which grow bamboos that make a whistling sound as the wind passes through. The land of the Uttarakuru stretches along the river. Here, all who have done meritorious deeds in their past live in joy. Thereafter stretches the northern sea with the gold mountain Somagiri rising from its middle. Here dwell Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. You must not venture north of the Uttarakurus. The moment you see Somagiri, you must hastily turn your back. Rama is the best of men and has helped us greatly. When this task is done and Rama is pleased, our purpose will be accomplished and we will be released from our death. Using all your intelligence and abilities, explore these inaccessible places and return to me. I will reward you greatly. Sugriva was sure that Hanuman would be the one to find Sita. Oh, valiant Hanuman, I am sure you would be the one to find Sita. Go and decide what is the best. You know all the worlds. Rama knew that Sugriva trusted only the best, and he was overjoyed as if his mission was already accomplished. He gave Hanuman his ring and told him, seeing this ring, Sita will recognize that you are my messenger. Please do your best and find Sita. And then, with words of encouragement, Sugriva sent all the wanderers to the four quarters with, with words of encouragement. Rama questioned Sugriva how he knew this whole world. Then Sugriva told, when Vali exiled me, he chased me. I had to run everywhere. That way I saw all the worlds. Until the glorious Hanuman reminded me that Rishyamukha hill cannot be entered by Vali. So I took it there to take refuge from Vali. The Vanaras were brilliant. They scoured all the cities, forests, towns, mountains, etc. Soon, at the end of 1 month, three of the Vanara generals returned and told, Sita is not in the eastern quarter. Sita is not in the western quarter. Sita is not in the northern quarter. We have searched all the forests, cities, towns, lakes, and everything. Meanwhile, Hanuman was a part of the expedition who was sent to the south to search for Sita. They saw a cave and they entered. Then they saw a place which was barren. It had no grass or any kind of tree. Then they saw a Rakshasa. Angada thought that this was Ravana and he killed that Rakshasa. They searched the barren land but they found no sign of Sita. Then they saw another cave. This one they entered in a single file. Then they saw a brilliant light. They saw a sadhvi seated in meditation. Hanuman asked her, "Who you are? Who are you, O Sadhvi?" She told, "I am Swayamprabha, the friend of Hema. This grove was built by Mayasura, the architect of the Rakshasas. Once Brahma granted a boon to Mayasura that he will have the wealth of Shukracharya. Maya lived prosperously. One day he fell in love with Hema and Apsara. Indra was furious. He hurled his thunderbolt at Maya, thus killing him. I got this grove for Hema, who is my friend. The hospitable Swayamprabha, that was her name, gave many fruits and gave water to the Vanaras. After their thirst was filled and they were filled with food, Swayamprabha asked, "Why are you here?" And Hanuman told her the exile of Rama, Sita's abduction, Rama's friend with Sugriva, and his killing of Vali, and how they were sent to scour the southern quarter for Sita. Swayamprabha was very pleased with them. Hanuman told, "The end of 1 month is already over. Please show us the way out of this cave." Swayamprabha told, "It is very difficult to exit the cave for whoever comes in, but I will use my yogic powers and make you out of the cave." Using her yogic powers, Swayamprabha showed the Vanaras the way out of the cave. Soon they were in front of the vast seashore. Angada was dismayed. He told all the Vanaras, "A search for Sita cannot be conducted now. The 1 month time has already ended, and Sugriva will surely kill us. So let us just stay here. Let us go into that cave and take refuge." Hanuman was very angry, but the Vanaras were agreeing among themselves. Hanuman told Angada, "How can you give this advice to the Vanaras? Rama and Lakshmana can destroy this cave. Anything. Lakshmana's arrow can fill the earth up with anger, and Rama's is even more deadlier. Do you really think you will escape Rama, Sugriva, and Lakshmana over here? No, you must not give up. We must continue searching." Angada told, "How? Don't, Hanuman, don't say this. Sugriva is an enemy. He tried to hide Vali in a cave, my father. And he also killed Vali in the greed for his kingdom. Why? He even forgot the cause of Rama. He even forgot to help him. He will surely kill me. I will observe a fast unto death over here." Meanwhile, Sampati, the king of vultures and the brother of Jatayu, was watching this. Slowly, Angada began telling, "This was all done for a purpose. The death of Jatayu, the abduction of Sita. We cannot do anything. We must not be a part of it. Let us all fast unto death." Sampati was very sad of hearing. "Who is this one? Who are they who, who are conveying the news to me? And my brother Jatayu is dead? How can a king fight a vulture? This is indeed unfair. Please, O Vanaras, help me down. Let me offer prayers to my brother." The Vanaras were actually confused. Will we eat them or should we help them? So then they decided to help him. Then Sampati told about his story. "Me and Jatayu were very proud. We tried to once go to the sun. Soon my brother Jatayu was burning. I knew I must save him, so I blocked the race. In the end, I lost my wings. Jatayu fell to Janasthala, whereas I fell down to earth. Soon, I can even see Sita from here. She is guarded by Rakshasis on Lanka, which is on the ocean." The Vanaras were overjoyed to hear about Sita. They helped Sampati and took him to the seashore, where Sampati offered prayers to his brother Jatayu. Then he told, "My son usually brings me food. One day I was very angry because he did not bring his food. I shouted at him in anger, 'How could you not bring food?' Then he told, 'Oh father, please forgive me. I saw a man carrying Sita away. I saw a man carrying a woman away, and I understood that must be Sita, because later a sage told me about this. Then my son, then Ravana told, Oh, I do not want to fight you. Please take leave of us. And Ravana bowed to me. I immediately came back to you. And he also narrated the tale. I was burnt, I fell to the earth over here. The great sage Nishakara immediately recognized me. He asked how I was like this and why was Jatayu. I told everything about my plight. Then he told, you will definitely regain your wings. A very important event is going to happen. Rama, a very important descendant of the Ikshvaku dynasty, will come here in search of Sita, whose wife will be abducted. She will refuse Ravana, the monster, and she will starve. But the Devas will feed her with nectar. Till Rama's messenger, a group of Vanaras come here. You must pass on this to them. I wish I could see Rama, but I am getting old. I don't want to see him. I cannot live any longer. But oh Sampati, you must convey this message to those Vanaras. Thus I have conveyed the message to you. Immediately Sampati regained his wings, and he told, my regaining of wings is a omen of your good luck. You will surely find Sita. Then Angada called all the Vanaras together. He asked, how many can each of you Vanaras travel? Please tell me immediately. We can decide what to do. Slowly, all the Vanara leaders told their capacity. Gaja told that he could leap 10 yojnas. Gavaksha told he could leap 20. And Tarabha told he could leap 30. Rishabha told he could leap 40. Gandhamandana claimed 50. Mainda 60. Dvivida 70. And Suchena 80. Jambavan, the oldest of them all, claimed 90. He told, I am old now. I cannot even cover that much distance. Angada told, I know I can easily cover this 100 yojanas, but I'm not sure if I can come back. Then Jambavan told, oh, dwell among Vanaras, your strength is well known. You can easily leap 1 lakh yojanas and come back too. But as the master of this expedition, it is not proper for you to do this. Oh, protector of the Kishkinda! Oh, Hanuman, why do you sit there silently? Oh, hero, you can easily leap these 100 yojanas. Realize your strength. Once there was an Apsara called Punjikasthala. Due to a curse, she was born as Anjana, a Vanara. She married Kesari. But soon Vayu, the wind god, fell in love with her. And she entered her dreams. But Anjana was faithful to her husband. Vayu told, do not fear, a son will be born to you who will be my equal in every way. And soon a son was born to them. Oh, you, Hanuman, you one day saw the sun and decided that it was a fruit, and you went tried to pluck it. But Indra was very angry that you tried to do this, and he immediately hurled his Vajra at you, and your jaw became broken, and thus you got your name, Hanuman. Hanuman means the one with a broken jaw. Vayu was very angry. He stopped flowing in all the three worlds. The devas were very disturbed. Soon all the devas granted you very many boons, that you will have immeasurable power. And soon as Jambavan spoke, Hanuman realized his own strength. He grew bigger and bigger. At last he was very big. He told, I am Hanuman, son of Anjana and Kesari, the son of the wind god. I can leap these 100 yojanas. And he climbed down to Mount Meru, which would, I'm sorry, it is Mount Mahindra, not Mount Meru, from which Hanuman leapt from. Withstand his weight before he leaps. Thus, Ramayana Kishkinda Kand comes to an end. I will resume Rama's story in Ramayana Sundara Kand. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.